Well, we're talking about one other kid-friendly topic this morning, potty training, the dreaded potty training. It can be really tough, especially if you're in the middle of it right now, and it can be also very, very frustrating. And here to talk to about it is one of the doctors from Aurora BayCare, Dr. Donald Bino. Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
You've got a kid-friendly tie on, too.
Of course, every day.
I remember potty training all too well, and I thank goodness I'm done with that whole thing. But it's like, is it ever going to happen? You know, you kind of get that thought, you get frustrated, you can get angry, you know, that kind of thing.
It's a very difficult time in life. The key here, though, is always be positive. Never any negative emotions involved. If they succeed, we celebrate, we throw the potty party. If they fail, we go on with life and ignore it.
Is there a magic age? Because some people, you know, my kids were potty trained by 2. And if you've got like a 4-year-old and it's not going well, you're thinking, oh no, what am I doing wrong?
You know, the children to start need to tell you when they're wet or dirty. They need to be able to walk to the bathroom and to pull down their own pants. Once they can do those key things, then it's time to begin the process. Again, letting them watch you go, letting them watch siblings go is a nice way to get them involved. Reading books or singing songs about things are fine too.
Let's talk about some of the gadgets that are helpful. First of all, the little potty seats, and I much prefer one of these. These are the seats that go right onto the regular toilet than the actual, you know, the plastic all-in-one seats. These are great, doctor, because if you're traveling, you just throw it in your suitcase. If you're going out to dinner, you know, keep it in the car or, you know, in a bag or something like that. But these are fabulous. They're inexpensive, and you don't have to empty the other out. They're more sanitary, I think, anyway.
You know, of course, you don't have to clean them. Then the other part is they get to be on the same thing that mommy or daddy is on, too.
Very, very true. And, you know, they need one of these because they're so tiny and you don't want them to fall through. So invest in one of these potty seats, the portable potty seats. These rock. I absolutely. And my kids had a real, this one's nice and soft, too. I like the soft ones. And my kids, I think they had, like, Sesame Street characters on. You know, whatever works. Whatever works. What about the little step stool?
You know, being able to get up is important too. If they feel it's uncomfortable, then why should they bother? So being able to stand up and get onto the toilet easily is much better for them.
Now there are a lot of fun things that you know, different games that parents do. We were big fans in our house. We did something called the potty poster. Do you know about the potty poster?
Oh, yeah.
And my son Riley was really into Thomas the Train, so we had this poster right near the potty, and it was all, you know, decorated with trains, and every time he'd go, we'd put a little sticker there. And still in his baby book to these days are the posters with all the stickers, and he'd just be so horrified if I was talking, if he knew I was talking about that. He's in school, it's okay. But those are a great tool.
Yeah, something simple, something cheap, but it's a very effective way. You know, giving a child a chance to just show that they're succeeding is good. And so whether it's a sticker poster, whether it's an M&M if we succeed, you know, whatever little bribes can get you there will work.
Absolutely. What about some of these books? Because there's some crazy books out there that I kind of even blush reading. Some of them to songs, but I was just talking to one of our news anchors, Michelle Melby, and she brought these props in, so we thank you very much, brought them in this morning, and she said her daughter just loves these.
You know, anything to get them thinking about the action and the activity. So if a book and a song works, hey, that's great. If we watch Elmo on the TV and that helps them to get interested, that is great too.
Positive, positive, positive. I also think that people need to realize every kid is different. So that first kid was potty trained by 2, but the second one not going so well. I mean, everybody's got different personalities, you know?
Every child is very different. And number one thing, again, positive. You got to be on the positive that it will happen. It just takes time. Each child will be ready when they're ready.
Another thing that we did is we took them to get their panties. Went shopping. I remember this distinctly, and we said, these are your big boy or big girl pants, and they got to pick them out, and they have fun little characters on, and you know, it was exciting for them, you know.
And talking about, you know, big boys and big girls go on the big girl or big boy potty is important. Kids always want to grow up. We may not necessarily want them to, but in this case we probably do. But letting them interact with it and find it to be fun is the most important thing.
And then also look at when you were potty trained, because that's a big thing too. If you were a late potty trainer, your kids might be.
That's very true. Usually within a year of when the parent was potty trained growing up will be when the child will too. And the same goes for nighttime, being dry at night as well.
Okay, so the bottom line, don't stress out. You'll just make things worse. It will happen. One of these days, it will happen. It will happen. But if it's not happening, when should you be concerned?
The bigger concern would be if we were dry for a time and then all of a sudden we started wetting again. That's actually more of a concern. If they're not ready, if they're putting their heels in, if they're trying to say no, take a break and just ignore it. Go back to the diapers. It's okay. It's not a failure as a parent. It's not a failure as a child. And then restart when they're more interested again.
All right. Great advice. Thanks so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Great to see you. We'll be right back. Stay with us.